this crap. I'm tripping out. Why isn't it? Doesn't it show? Doesn't it show? Okay, it's here. I do see it now. It's not made for kids. I'm gonna click save for that. Okay. Now what? We're gonna see if anyone jumps on. Talking Papas Part 2. We're gonna do a Part 2. Talking Papas. Hey, what's up, everyone? I got one viewer so far. Got one viewer, someone watching. Nice to see you. Nice to see you watching. I still trip out on all this stuff, man. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, let me open it up over here. Hey, what's up, Hangman? What's up? What's going on, Paterm? Nice to see you guys. Nice to see you guys. Let me just go ahead and close this window down. And let me open up. Let me see the show on stream. Okay, we're going to put that. And we're going to do that. Papitas Talk. Yeah, man. Papitas Talk Wednesday. What's up? Hey, how's it going, Paterm? Chilling, chilling, chilling. How's it going, man? So we got 3 people watching. And I got you 2 guys in the chat. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, man. I'm going to do a short live. I'm not going to be on too long. But I'm see right now I'm kind of like trying to see like how much I can do in one day, like with the social media stuff, with YouTube, specifically obviously with my YouTube channel. So I put out a short this morning, and I know people are watching it. So a shout out to everybody. First and foremost, shout out to all of you that watch my videos, watch my shorts, jump on my lives. Hey, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna put the link there. I mean, if you guys jump on, cool. This is not StreamYard, so the link does look different. Okay, just so you guys know, and I'm gonna pin this. So this is pinned. This should be the pinned comment. Okay, and that is the link to be able to hop on board. Like now, I haven't had anybody jump on this particular system. It's called Restream. It's not StreamYard. Okay, so yeah, I'm just testing it out. So far I like it, but I had a hard time getting it to show that I was gonna go live. Like, you know how you can set it up to where it kind of counts down, not count down, but you guys can see that I'm about to go live. Like, I've had it ready for about an hour and it didn't show on YouTube, so that was kind of weird. Waiting for video of Skittles canoe sync. Yeah, man. So the reason I wanted to jump on was because, man, if you guys looked at the description of the video, it says, "Does the dirty laundry still get washed at home? Does the dirty laundry still get washed at home?" Hey, what's up, Hugo Torres? Nice to see you, man. Saludos to you. We're talking about, does the dirty laundry still get washed at home? Now, by dirty laundry, I'm not talking literally, right? Your dirty calzones and dirty socks and all. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like when you have issues with someone that you're close with, right? Someone that you're supposed to be buddy buddy with, or family, whatever. Like, or you're a part of a team. You're a part, maybe a work group. You're supposed to have some trust. Do you talk to people like behind closed doors, or do you think that now people air everything out online? Because I see people airing shit out online all the time now. Like, it seems like it's much quicker to get the attention that they want by commenting personal shit online, than maybe if they would handle it behind closed doors. I don't know what you guys think about that. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I've had in my last two lives, I've had like how can I say this? Like disagreements. Yes, I've had public disagreements with people on my chat during lives, and I wouldn't be surprised if I had another one today. To be honest with you guys, the way things have been going. Hey, what's up, Park? What's up? Well, how's it going, Park? Hey, how's it going? Nice to see you. Hope all is good. Hope all is well. Hope you're feeling good. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone out there is blessed. Once again, shout out to everybody that watches my videos, watches my lives, watches my shorts. I'm trying to do all three today. So I dropped the short, I dropped the video, and I'm doing a live. I'm not going to be on live too long, but I just want to see how prolific I can be, like how much I can do. But at the same time, like always, if ever I jump on a live, if I ever jump in front of a camera, whatever I do, I always try to put a message behind it. And today's message basically is that: do people still wash their dirty laundry at home, or do they air everything out online? What's the most effective way of getting shit resolved, I guess? What's up, the PD? Saludos to you, and saludos to everyone in the chat. All right, and I also have the link. It should be pinned at the top of this. You should see a link if you want to jump on. Let me know. I'll get you guys on. If you guys want to discuss this, I'm not going to be on too long. Okay, now I have 12 people watching. If you guys can hit the like, I would really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. My channel is growing little by little, but I get lots of views, and I appreciate you guys for that, because the more views I get, the more interactions, the more my videos get spread out throughout the algorithms, right? So yeah, and that's really the mission right now. I want to see how much I can spread out. And that's why I'm doing this, right? That's why I'm on a live right now. That's why I put out a short and I put out a video. If you haven't already done so, please go watch. Please hit the like. Please leave a comment. I'm going to continue doing what I do. It don't stop. But what I was saying was that on my last two lives, I had disagreements on both. Okay, like people got at me, or maybe had like a difference of opinion, which I can respect. Like I can respect differences of opinion. What I don't respect is when people try to like they try to force me to accept their point of view. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, so I've had two separate disagreements on my chat. One was on the live before last, and another one was on the last live. Now, this is what people that that do watch my lives, do watch the lives and comment on, Exposed Tube Live. Shout out to Exposed Tube. Shout out to the ladies of Exposed Tube. Hey, what's up, Kelly? Big Dog, nice to see you. Runner's Plug, nice to see you. Happy Wednesday to the chat. What's up, man? What's up? Yeah, happy Wednesday to everybody. Yeah, hit the like button. Thanks so much, the PD. Yeah, thanks for smashing the like button. Um, I am a firm believer. Okay, that if you and I have some level of trust, some level of respect, um, certain things should be handled as conversations behind closed doors. I believe in that. I still believe in that. I think it gets harder now with the digital age. What's up, Bill Mannard? What's up, Bill Mannard? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. What's up, Katie Frizzle? Nice to see you. Nice to see you in here. I got 16 people watching. That's good. Hopefully, we can get some more before I'm done. But yeah, I don't mind people having like their personal opinions on something, and we can disagree, and you guys have seen. I mean, I can disagree with you and still keep it respectful. But I think the problem is that when number one, if we're gonna make a public comment, I would hope that it would be respectful. And secondly, I would expect it if you already try to get at me behind closed doors, like if you're a buddy of mine, if you're a family member of mine, that's what I'm talking about. If you're someone that I trust, if you're someone that I've shared information with that I normally don't share with other people, if I've spoken to you over the phone directly and you know how to get at me, or whatever it is, if we use an app to talk, right? If you and I have had that type of proximity off of YouTube, off of like most social media. Yeah, that's right. Program time. What's up, man? What's up, Gooners? What's up, Gooners? Nice to see you. Shankapartimus, thank you so much for being here, for supporting me. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. Is the Hangman in here? All right, Hangman. Nice to see you. Oh yeah, he was. He was. I think he is. Um, but yeah. But I don't see that happening anymore. I think people are a lot more comfortable airing out their differences online. And I'm not just talking like, like regular folk. I'm talking like even actors and actresses and stars and singers and, people that are like above my pay grade. They love to air out their personal shit online. They love it. They love it. It seems like that's the way now. You know what I mean? We've had a few things happen in the past months, where people will say like, "No, but I'm going to leave quietly. We're still on good terms." Blah 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 blah. And then they come out and try to air shit. And the worst thing is when it's bullshit. And we talked about that on my last live. Like, don't expect me to bullshit for you. And I'm not. And if you're bullshitting, I'm not going to respect it. Like, I don't respect when people try to rewrite history or try to present themselves as victims in a situation that everyone is aware of, and in which you are not the victim, in which maybe there are no victims. But for people to try to make themselves out to be the victim in their narrative while airing out personal shit, to me is kind of suspect, and I lose respect for that, to be honest. All right. Hey, all right, you're at work, hey man, good man. Good, good. Thanks for listening, man. Thanks for listening. Yeah, I think it's some punk shit. I think it's punk shit. I think that if you and I have talked and we've talked about shit under wraps, like cool, like straight up conversations, like one on ones. Maybe I aired, FaceTimed each other, whatever it was, but we had some type of communication. With some, it's like messages, it's text messages, right? Some people can't get on the phone, whatever, for whatever reasons, right? They can't. And that's fine. And I respect all of that. But what I'm saying is, if we've had that kind of conversation, why do you need to go out in public and air out your grievances when you can just fucking get at me or get at whoever you need to get at? Like, I don't understand why people feel so comfortable going online and just letting the cat out the bag and letting everybody in on their business. Once again, I'm just talking in general because I've seen singers do it, I've seen actors and actresses do it, I've just seen all kinds of people doing that shit. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Miss Yaya? Just getting here, brother. What did I miss? Sending my love and respect. Thank you so much. Always, always. Likewise. I'm talking about airing out shit. And if you want, you can jump on. Anybody that wants to jump on, the link should be pinned at the top of this. Yeah, Sister Yaya's in the house. That's right. That's right. Say hi to Miss Yaya. Say hi to Miss Yaya, Miss Park. Is Rob doing okay? All right. Yeah, that's cool. Let's keep the camaraderie going. That's what I love. I love to see that shit. Yeah, the PD's in here. That's the PD. Hey, what's up? Triple OTX Park. All right. So, anyways, do you guys feel comfortable airing out your shit online, like without talking to people first? Like, is that the norm? Like, should we consider that like normal? Like, for people to just, let's say that you and your sister, or you and your cousin, whoever, right, or your friend, you and your friend, maybe you didn't see something eye to eye, right? Now you've had all the time in the world to talk about it, but for whatever reason, you guys decided not to talk about it, and you're like, all right, whatever. And maybe you thought that, yeah, still, well, that's over, right? And then all of a sudden, you go online and you see this big ass fucking post by your so-called friend talking about that situation and talking shit, like, and not even really mentioning your name, kind of going like, there are people that they do this, and you know exactly what the fuck they're talking about, right? It's like, what the fuck, like, why didn't you get at me? Like, why do people do that shit? Like, I don't understand it. Or people that record everything, like, I don't, like, like, you can record certain shit, but you don't have to record everything. Not everything needs to be recorded. There's some shit that needs to be kept under wraps. I don't care what you think. And it's not even about being bad or being good. It's just about, not all eyes need to see everything. Like, not everything is for everyone's eyes. There's some shit that's just for you, between you and your significant other. Like, all of that revenge corn is bullshit too. I hate that shit. The pugs on free status. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yo, what's up? What's up, bro? What's up? Chilling, man. Chilling. Parky, is going live today or is he resting? We don't know. We don't know. Gooners, he will go live in a bit. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think so. Anyways. Oh, what's up? Let me add you, Miss Yaya. Give me a second. Hey, how's it going, Miss Yaya?
Hey,
Can
brother,
you
can you
hear me?
hear me?
I can hardly hear you. I hear you
Yeah,
far
for sure,
away.
for sure. I can hear you. Just wanted to hop on real quick. Say what's up to you, your chat. Always showing my love and respect. To everyone in the chat, man. You guys, every time Brother Frank drops something, I honestly like, I'm like, damn, I'm ready to learn. And I love that you always come with receipts. It's like number one. I just love that shit. Cause what are they gonna say, bro? Like, you already putting it out there, their own words against themselves. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, hey, first of all, thank you for jumping on, and shout out to you and the ladies of Exposed to you. We support. We're always there. So it's a mutual thing. I think we've got that brotherly love going on.
I mean, hey,
But
brother. I mean, I don't think I have to say it. Like, every time I'm stuck on something, I always reach out to you. You're like my number one to go to. Like, hey, I need help with this shit. How do I go about it?
yeah,
So thank you for always being available, even though you're at work and whatever it is. I appreciate the availability because that's what
no,
we're
hey,
about. And sadly, people don't get that. And you know what? It's like how like we say it, no somos moneditas de oro. We're
yeah,
not
right,
gonna be for everyone. We're not everyone's cup of tea.
nah,
Or, as
yeah,
some would say it, we're not everyone's cup of or like everyone's shot of tequila. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
Hey, but you know what, and that's what I'm talking about, though. So for example, we may have like disagreements, but there have been people that just come out and just air out all of their shit publicly when they've been talking about, oh, I'm gonna walk away quietly. I'm not. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I'm talking
no,
about.
100. Yeah.
Yeah. So to me, it's like, do people still wash their laundry behind closed doors? Like, do they still wash them at home, or is the new normal like putting out all your problems on the internet? Like, because like I said, I've seen it with actresses, with stars. I see it. Mi vecino fucking airing out his bullshit on Facebook. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is that normal now? Is that something that, do you see that? Do you
I mean,
you know what I'm talking about?
I do see it honestly, and it's sad because what happened to, like, if I'm in a relationship, that should be me and my partner. It shouldn't be me, my partner, and everyone on social media. And
Yeah.
and sadly, the way that I see things, like even if you go outside and say you catch a fight or you catch an argument, what's the number one thing people are doing? Pulling out the phone and recording.
Yeah.
No, that's just where we're at right now at the time of age and however you want to put it.
And you know
It's,
what? And you know what's so crazy, Miss Yaya, is that now it might not even be you, but they'll use some AI filter and they'll put it over you like a body of someone fighting, and it's gonna look like you were
it
kicking
was
somebody's
you.
ass.
Yeah, you can make that to you can use that to your advantage. And sadly, there's a lot of people that can't differentiate, and I put myself in that too, because I'll be looking at some videos and I'll see like some crazy fucking shit happening, right? Like, say for example, it's a person getting ran over, and you see the
Yeah.
damn car flying through, and I'm like, oh god, like I'm making these faces and shit, but damn, it was AI, like, bruh. you
Oh,
know
really? Yeah. No, you know what? Yeah. See, so that's the thing because I remember, like, I'll give you an example, Ms. Yaja, of what you're talking about. Like, I remember when I was at work, when my coworker boss, he was like my boss, but we were friends, and he's like, "Hey, fool, come over here," because he was, he's from the States too. I'm like, "What's up?" So he's like, "Check this video out." And he showed me like a terrorist video where they were like beheading somebody. Now he did not prepare me for none of that. So
Yeah.
I'm like right there watching. I'm like, oh shit. And it kind of fucked me up for a few hours. But I know now that if there was a video like that, there's like a 50-50 chance that it's probably AI. You know what I mean? Now I don't know if what you're watching. You have to like look at it with a very clinical eye to see if it's real or if it's AI. You know what I mean? So
And you
it's
know what's
getting better.
for sure, but you know what's crazy, that there's times that I can't differentiate, but my 11-year-old will be like, Mom, that's AI."
Yeah,
Like, really, Mom, really? That's AI. And I'm like, nah, like it's real. And I'm like, never mind. I just saw AI. But
yeah,
it's crazy because, like, I'm 37 and sometimes I can't differentiate. And my 11-year-old, she's with the times, and it's like, nah,
yeah,
that's AI.
yeah.
So
Wait, hold on. Hey, hey, nice to see you, youngster. Nice to see you. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for the love always. We got the PD, we got Gooners, we got Runners Pug in the house. I look, I agree. Yaya and Frank, cool Gooners. That was Gooners. Runners Pug says clear the pug. Some things you should just keep to yourself. Yeah, there's some things that you should just keep to yourself. Like bottom line. Oh, look, thanks for the heads up, Park. Didn't realize this was on. Hey, nice to see you, Peaceful. You can jump on. You guys can jump on. What's up, Katie Frizzle? But yeah, so this is talking papas part two, and the thing I'm talking papas about, Ms. Yaya, is exactly that. Like people can't keep their shit off the internet, like their personal shit. Like they don't want to get at you personally. It's like they're afraid of confrontation. Como que si le vas a pegar o a saber qué, right? It's
But at the
just,
end of
it's
the day,
just
it
uh
kind of
huh.
depends, though, bro. Like, say for example, you're gonna go on social media, but you're gonna find the one person you don't want to, like, really go
Yeah.
and poke the bear. Then what? Then what you're gonna do? Really, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's certain things, like you said, you should talk about it in private.
Mhm.
But what happens when you don't and you put it out there and that person actually is like, "What's up?" Then
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. See, look. So just so I mean, but you already know, Miss Yaya, because you and I, we chop it up. Like we chop it up almost every day, right?
for
So
sure.
you know how I am. I prefer to have conversations. I prefer to like if there's a misunderstanding, I prefer to have a conversation. I don't care who it is, just because I think that like my mom says, hablando se entiende la gente, right? Speaking, you understand each other. So I always believe it, and I've tested it, and it's always true. When you speak to someone, you get shit cleared up. You may still not like the person, but at least it's not for the wrong reasons. I don't like you, but for the right reasons. Right? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So if I'm gonna hate you, let me hate you for the things I'm gonna hate you on, not for some shit that maybe I misunderstood or maybe you said wrong. But these are things that I think can be discussed, privately behind closed doors. But a lot of times, people just post shit out there, and not only that, but then they want to fucking dox you, and they want to bring up past fucking crimes and shit.
Oh yeah, for
Hey,
sure.
what can you tell me about that, Miss Yaya? Because you know what I'm talking about.
Oh no, I mean, you know what it is like. Okay, so just the last part you touched. Okay, we're gonna go into me. Like, I'm just gonna speak for me.
Yeah.
So this individual decided to pull up my arrest record from 15 years ago. 15 years ago. You know that every person, or at least every year I mature, I change every year. I'm not who I used to be 15 years ago.
You know what? And
So
let me pause you. And let me pause you right there because Joker's only been out 9 years, right? Almost 10. So if we're talking like comparing like the time of rehabilitation or readaptation to society, you've been doing it now 15 years. He's only been doing it 9, 10. Just I just want to put the timeline out there so people can compare what we're talking about. But go ahead. Go ahead.
but see, huge difference.
Mhm.
I, and a lot of you guys saw it, and that person who put up my shit now has taken every video down, everything he has done, like talking about my person, who I am, who he's never met, never spoken to, has no knowledge of who I am at all, at all. I've never crossed them, right? Puts out my arrest record. Cool. What are you trying to get at that? That was 15 years ago. i
Yeah.
i did what I had to do. Unfortunately, yes, I was under the influence. Thankfully that was my hit rock bottom point, and it opened my eyes. I changed who I
That was
am
your
from then.
come to Jesus moment.
That was it. Like, I am not meant for jail. I mean, I've never done any prison time. I've never done none of that. And honestly,
Yeah.
to those who have done it, I can't speak on that. But to me, I'm sorry, but one day in jail, one day in county, that shit was like, nope, this isn't for me. Out.
Yeah.
I changed my ways. I had to do NA classes. I had to like I I had to go, and I had to do good, and I had to be who I am today, and I am grateful that I went through what I had to go through, because I'm not going to tell you, addiction, it ain't nothing easy, nothing fun to talk about, and I am grateful that I am where I am today, because a lot of you guys don't know it, and eventually we'll get there. But I've actually been, just because I'm on YouTube on a camera now, I've actually been, I'm not gonna say, oh, famous or whatever, but my voice has been heard throughout Northern and Southern California. And gratefully, I am blessed to say that I can actually make a difference compared to other people. I've learned from every mistake I've done to
That's
be
right.
better, to be a
That's
better mother. When I went on my arrest, I was young. I didn't know much, and sadly, I can tell you that at that time, I didn't have the I wasn't proud of who I was. I was still like, oh man, my looks, this. I the self-esteem to where I'm at
so.
right now.
Let me ask you a question because I think that a lot of times our insecurities play a part in the mistakes that we make because of our insecurities. Sometimes we choose to do things so that we don't look awkward, so that maybe we fit in, right? I mean, all of us at some point have wanted to belong and be a part of something and not feel like the odd one out. Um, how much did that play a part in your decision making? Like, what you're talking about, like how you felt about yourself, your self esteem. Like, how much did it affect the
You
decisions
know,
that you
when I started that, I didn't have any self-esteem. I can tell you that. And that's when I mentioned certain things. Like, right now, I can take whatever heat comes to me, whatever you want to be like, oh, this, you're fat,
made?
you're ugly, you have a mustache, this, and that. Bring it. I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm
Yeah,
past that, because at a younger age, I went through, oh, you're fat. Oh, you look like a beluga. You're a whale. You're a cow. I went through all of that. That's
Yeah.
when it wasn't good, because at the time you're young, you don't know, and people picking at you. But again, that was like in my teen years. Obviously, as an adult, now I'm like, oh, damn, okay, I see where it's coming from, whatever. It's made me who I am. And I have daughters, and I would hate for anyone to come at my daughters that way. Like, I'll be mama bear. I don't give a shit. I'll fucking whatever it is for my girls, right?
Yeah.
But it does become like if you're really weak minded, and at the time I was, and that's what led me down that path. But like I said, thankfully we have our own paths we go through. I had to go through down a path to make me who I am today,
Exactly.
which makes me I feel it makes me a better mother.
Yes.
I don't know exactly if it makes me a better wife. You gotta ask my husband,
Hey,
But
listen.
as far as as me as a mom, man, you can't come at me like that, because
Yeah.
man, my girls are good. My son is, taken care of. And brother, like, okay, people made fun of my teeth. Let me tell you, my teeth may be fucked. My son went through braces. He's good. Fucking straight ass
Yeah.
teeth. My daughter going through braces right now, and I'm like keeping my fingers crossed that my my last one doesn't need his
Hey,
damn
hey,
braces. 'Cause,
hey,
man,
listen,
they're
look, Miss
expensive.
Yaya, I know exactly what you're talking about, but hold on, I'm gonna get to that. First of all, hey, Roxanne from down south is saying good afternoon. She's sending her shout out. Mr. Hangman said, "I appreciate you being genuine, Yaya. Et got your back always, and I got your back. We all got your back, Miss Yaya. Look, Katie Frizzle says, okay, she was saying hi to Roxanne. Yes, and let's see. The PD says our life experience shape who we are now. Some for the better, some are still stuck on that wrong path. Yeah, that's true, and we see that every day. Hi there, Katie Frizzle. All right, so I think first of all, Miss Yaya, I think that if you're here and obviously if you're active behind the scenes, I know that you're a mother, you're a wife, you work, and apart from that, you have time that you invest. With the ladies are exposed to, and just with all the general stuff that we do, it goes to show me that you have a good head on your shoulders. And I don't think people understand like how much brain power it requires to do all that we normally do in our lives, like spend time with our family. Because I spend time with my family too. Like we're all together. I mean, we see each other constantly, but I also have time and I dedicate time to all of these other things, putting out a video, putting out a short, helping people out, and getting ready for the lives and participating on all of that. So I think that we would not be able to do that if we were not under control, if we were not, como dicen, en nuestros cinco sentidos, right? If we didn't have all five senses activated. And people don't realize that even though we may be new to YouTube, but we've got years of work. Like I have fucking 26, almost 27 years. And before I got out, like maybe like 3 years of just working because I became Christian in prison, but I was still kicking it. You know what I mean? It's like I'm Christian, but I knew what my responsibilities were. But as soon as I got out, I full fledged, dedicated myself to changing my life. So there's years of work behind who we are today, and I just want to commend you, Miss Yaya, because I truly am a fan. I truly am an admirer of you as a person, of you as a woman, as a mother. I know that your husband is a happy man. I know that your children are well taken care of. And one thing that you said, and I'm going to push it back to you. Ya te voy a pasar eso de nuevo. But
A ver.
a veces, like parents, we prefer andar de piratas nosotros. You know what I mean? For
Oh
for
yeah.
whatever, for our kids to look good. But I think that that's the true love. That's the true sacrifice of people that love their children. But go ahead, Miss Yaya. Continue.
No, no, and you know what I mean? Like, okay, so um I don't know, a lot of like my parents needed like the help, right? Like the food stamps, the medical health coverage. Obviously, like I ahorita where I'm blessed that me and my husband have great jobs that we don't need the government assistance, so
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that. But like, hey, like at the time when I wanted braces. My mom was like, "Hey, if medical coverage like will help you out, we'll get them. But if not, pues I'm sorry, mija. You know, there's things we
Yeah,
can't do." Unfortunately, I got stuck with that end. So, I'm grateful for every opportunity that my parents have given me because they've sacrificed a lot. My dad and my mom thankfully are here legally in the US, and I know a
yes.
lot of people are not fortunate enough. But with that being said, there was obviously financial things that they had to cut back, and that was
Yeah,
one of them. Me,
they had to balance shit out. They had to. And we now we know, right? Now we know what that's all
tell me
about.
about it. I got 3 kids.
Hey,
I
look,
look at
hey,
it like,
hey, we got Moni. Hey, nice to see you, Moni. Nice to see you in here.
hey,
Look at
shout out
Miss.
to Moni. I
Shout
haven't
out to
really had an
Moni.
experience with like I reached out to her in LOAT on TikTok, but shout out to her. Every experience we go through makes us better. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
That's
sure everything she has seen has brought her to us. Thankfully, she supports you, supports Exposed Troop. I have seen it, and I'm grateful that she's here. I ain't gonna shine her off or anything like that.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is the Exposed to movement. We're doing
That's
what
what
we're doing.
it's what we do. It's what we do. Hey, look at what Sasquatch says. Sasquatch, hold on, Sasquatch. Let me put it up on the screen. I'm still trying to make the right decisions. He said, we do though, and that's the thing though. I think that you make calibrated decisions when you're calibrated, but when you're walking around with the weight on your shoulders, with insecurities, you make bad decisions constantly. It's sort of like, like have you ever hit yourself like in an elbow or somewhere, and
In
you're
the funny
trying
bone where it's not so funny.
and you're and yeah, and you're trying not to hit yourself, but you constantly hit yourself in that same place. Or if you bite, a veces me muerdo, like I'll bite the inside of my cheek and I'll like
Mhm.
bite it again, like when we're trying to avoid it. So sometimes life happens that way, and we have to be able to be level headed and make the best decision. Maybe down the line, maybe later, we're gonna look back and be like, man, I should have done that. But at this moment in time, all we can do is make the best decision we can make right now. Time will tell. Time will let us know if the decision was good or not. What do you think, Miss Yaya? Talk to me.
No, but I mean, I agree with you. I mean, only time will tell, la verdad. And it's a matter of like getting to know where you're going, like qué dirección tienes, porque va a haber mucha gente que va a venir y te va a distraer, but you have to have the focus. Like, hey, like my kid right now, I gotta get her through braces. Hopefully, my next one doesn't need any, and I don't have to go through that. Pero en ese aspecto, pues yo no sé, like, just gotta maintain your focus.
Yes, yes. Now, so going back to my original thought. So, we saw that they post, personal shit, and they do all of these things instead of having actual conversations, instead of actually clearing the air and trying to get some sort of resolution. Do you think, Miss Yaya, that there are people that prefer to continue to have a problem with someone instead of working it out? Do you think that there are people that would rather continue to have the drama than to try to resolve things? Do you think that?
It depends who it's coming from because any normal person will actually talk to that individual behind the scenes, fix whatever issues going on. Now, if who, and I'm only gonna say who I have in mind, for example, that's it,
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
right? You're going to do what you're doing. You're going to continue going on social media, but you're only doing it for your own ulterior motives. That's all. With that, you guys already know what I'm talking about.
I mean, look, that
Ulterior.
description
That's it.
that description fits quite a number of people. You know what I mean? So it fits quite a number of people. Hey, look, X-Rated said, "What's cracking, Frank Deacon?" And said, "Hey, what's up, cracking, X-Rated? We're just chilling, man. We're not gonna be, it's 6:30, so I think I could be on a little while, but I always try to be off so that we get ready and kick it with ET, man, because that's the main thing." Hey, X-Rated in the house. Hey, look at what Miss Roxanne from down south put, Miss Jai. It says, "You seem like such an appreciative, transparent, and well brought up, young lady, Miss Yaya. Blessings to you.
You know what? It's because I've learned from my mistakes, and I've been better. That, it all has to do with that. And
Yeah.
thankfully, like, my parents did bring me up with the A, si es mayor que tú, respeta, all of them, like, I do have my manners. However, that's not going to fit with everyone. For example, that block whatever person you have
Yeah,
up
yeah.
in
Don't
here
don't worry
telling,
about it. Don't even look at it.
telling me to put the drugs down.
Yeah.
Bro, I haven't touched any fucking drugs in a long ass time ago. So you and the person that you're sharing your account with can go and, you know, do what you need to do. This is Brother Frank's page. I'm not gonna go and disrespect none of that, pero ya saben por dónde va.
Yeah, yeah, you know what's up. Nah, the thing is that they're not. It's not even worth it because we already know who these people are. Hey,
Of
look at
course.
what Oakland says. Saludos, listening on the way home. Shout out to Oakland. Everything. Miss Yaya is here with me, man. Hey, it's always a pleasure to have my brothers and sisters up on stage.
Hey,
Now,
bro, but I hate to cut you off. I do have to go walk my
oh,
dog. I
go
did
ahead,
want to
go
just
ahead.
hop on real quick. As always, I mean, I wanted to make sure your little the link worked and everything.
Yeah,
But other than
thank
that,
you.
I'll be listening in the background. I gotta go walk my dog. If you're back on by the time I get back, but I'll hop on. But
All
you
right.
always know you got my love and respect. Whenever you need
Likewise,
me, I'm
Miss
here.
Yaya. Hey, no, thank you so much for jumping on. Thank you so much. It's
No, no
always a
worries.
pleasure.
I'll catch you guys in the chat. And it was a pleasure to be with Brother Frank. Make sure you guys hit the like and all that good stuff.
All right, all right.
All right. Catch you guys in the chat.
Take care. Take care. All right, let's see. Okay. Let me just remove. All right, here we go. All right, so we have Miss Yaya. So yeah, what is this? Yeah, that I believe so, or one of them. It's it's a multi-headed yeah. I'm not gonna say it. Makes sense. These are helpful. Yeah. So look, I am a proponent of talking shit out. Like I have no problems talking to people and having conversations. And sometimes there are people that want to bar you from having conversations with certain people because they already developed a bias. I don't so in the end, your bias may be true. It may be how can I say it, warranted. Like your bias, your thoughts on somebody, they may be warranted, and I may come to that conclusion as well. But I always give everyone the opportunity to prove me wrong or to prove someone wrong in what they're saying, only because I've been misunderstood so many times in my life that I would always want an opportunity to be able to say, "Hey, man, maybe you misunderstood me." Right now, if after talking to you, I find that you got what I was saying, then fuck it, you did not misunderstand none of it. You got exactly what I was trying to say. Let's see, El Manor. Yeah. Okay. That was a great video of Dubs and his dogs, right, man. So yeah, that's the thing, man. Look, if if Dubs was my friend, okay, if Dubs was my friend, that's the type of thing that I would have told him, like behind closed doors, like, "Hey, fool, you think you're gonna be able to afford that dog? I mean, it's dogs are cute, but they require medical attention, and they require that you take them out to exercise. And those, dogs grow. They're not gonna stay puppies forever." And they're going to need space. Are you going to be able to give them space? If you bring people over, are you going to be able to have people over? Are you going to train your dog? I mean, these are all things that I had to go through with my dogs, you know, and we take them to the vet regularly. And it's, I mean, it's another child. It's like having a child. And dogs tend to be like 2 year olds, like their capacity and their care and their needs is of a 2 year old. So, they require attention, care, they require love, they require that you bathe them, that you feed them, that you're on top of everything, you know? So I mean, I hope he has it in him. But I can't be a hypocrite and say that I trust that he'll be able to take care of a puppy when we see him asking for money to drink. What is he gonna ask for money for kibble? Is he gonna ask for money for cans of dog food? I mean, that's what I'm talking about. You know. Hey, what's up, Fear of the Dark? Buenas tardes to you, my friend. Buenas tardes. Yeah, nice to see you, brother. So but he's not my friend. So because he's not my friend, and you guys already know that there's no mercy, no sympathy for that fool. That's why I put him on blast. But see, that's a big difference. Now I tried, and just so people understand, so if you ever hear them say, "Oh, you could have got at me," because Skittles tried to say that once about me. He could have got at me. No, I did try getting at you fools, but you guys blocked me. So at that moment, I realized you didn't want to hear from me. And then when I came back to YouTube, like back to these channels, and I saw how depraved you got, that's when I said, fuck it. I tried talking, you didn't listen. You got worse. As a responsible viewer, I'm going to try to get your ass shut down straight up. But I tried talking to you motherfuckers. But now this is how I talk, dropping videos, putting you on blast, and, bringing you up in the conversation whenever I want to discuss the weirdos online. Sasquatch, let's see. That's why I've always been curious why the ET trolls and chat bangers never come in um, and lay down whatever their problem is. They just talk shit. I would like to hear what their issues actually are. I don't think they have actual issues. I think they just don't like what we do. They wish that they would have been the ones doing it, and they have fun just, thinking that they could make people squirm, I guess. That's what it is. Because I tried having a direct conversation with one of them, and yeah, it was a no go. It was a no go, but not because of me. You know, it just proved to me that they're hostile towards any type of common ground. So that's not their get down, Sasquatch. Their get down is not to be open minded. Not at all. Let's see. He probably just rented that dog for a couple of days. It's a puppy, bro. It's a puppy. It's a puppy. It's a puppy. So I don't know, man. I wish that were the case, bro. I wish. Let's see. Okay, fear. Yeah. Is Machete not a troll, just a supporter of Trump? Man, you always have that disclaimer, bro, and that disclaimer makes me like not believe you. Guys, they don't actually have a problem. Yeah, they just want to be a problem. They love being a problem. They love being talked about and discussed. You just want views, so you say their name. And you want attention, so you come in. You're talking shit. Come on, Pun. What is your motivation, Pun? Who are you? Who are you? If not one of Dove's biggest supporters. So who are you, bro? Who are you behind that? Are you a man or are you a mouse? What's up, Il? Let's see, Mr. Oxnard, Frankie, and the whole ET family salute each other, and every single one of you. Much love. That's right, Mr. Oxnard. Right, that's right. Much love to you and your family, man. Much love to you and your family, and to everybody down with the Exposed Tube Revolution. You guys know what's up, man. So yeah. So there are conversations that should be had behind closed doors. For example, if you have an opinion about something that I do, let's say you don't like something that I do, okay? If you and I are cool, I expect you to talk to me about it, like to come at me and say, "Hey, you know what, Frank? I didn't like that you did this. I didn't like that you said this." Because once again, if I've given you that trust, that's what I expect. But for people to air out their bullshit online, I don't know. I think that's some fucking punk shit. That's what I think. I think it's some punk shit. I'm really hoping that he doesn't start serving Bud Lights to the dog. No, I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. Let's see. I have a 10-month old Chihuahua, and she's basically another child that never grows up. It's a huge responsibility, bro. It's a huge responsibility. Salute to Frank and the Holy T fan. Hey man, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. You know, to the ladies of Exposed to family, to Terps, to Sooners, to Taco Stain. Everybody's trying to put their channel out there. Trying to get their views up. So shout out to all of you. Roxanne from down south. She's a supporter of ours. So go bless her. Go subscribe to her channel, man. That's what we do around here. Let's see. Keep it trolling. Yeah, keep it strolling. We're gonna keep it strong, man. Let's see. Are you a man or a mollusk? Stupid spell check. Yeah, I know, bro. I hate the spell checker, man. Fucks up my videos, but I just say fuck it. Ya cuando veo el error, I'm like, fuck it. It's too late. If it went in like that, it's gonna stay like that. Fuck it. I don't think that pup is gonna be at Joker's for long. Yeah, I feel the same way, but I feel at this point Skittles is more responsible than those. I don't know, bro. It just depends on what we're talking about. I think it depends on what we're talking about. Let's see. That's scary but true, Iron Man. I just hope the dog ends up with a responsible owner. Like that's all I'm saying. Now, if Dub steps it up to the plate, like, hey, fuck it, surprise me. You know what I mean? Fucking surprise me. Shut my mouth. But unfortunately, you've been proven to be predictable. And I think it's predictable that he's gonna end up giving that dog away. I wonder if he named the puppy Papas. I don't think he's even named the puppy, bro. Has he given it a name? Does anybody know the name of the dog? Does anybody know? Let's see. Mr. Oxen ready for work? Yeah, I know, bro. Hey, shout out to you, Peaceful. You're talking about a man who stays up gaming until 3 p.m., knocks out drunk, wakes up at 10 a.m. to make some YouTube videos before begging on TikTok. Tell me how he's going to take care of a dog. No, I mean, but that was my point exactly. That's the point exactly of my video. If you watch my video, that's exactly what my thing is like, how are you going to do that when you might not even have time to take it out for a walk, and that dog needs walks. It's going to need to stretch its legs out. It's going to need to be able to go out there and socialize, because if dogs are not social, they become vicious. They can become vicious. They can turn on you if you've got them cooped up and they need to go out and get some fresh air. You know what I mean? So it is a concern, man. But hey, sometimes people sign up for shit that they can't handle. Hint, 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 hint. Their names don't generate views. Yeah, man. Hey, what's up? Two times que ondas? Hey, chilling, bro. We're chilling. We're talking about putting out your personal shit online, but then we're talking about just you know like airing out your business, bro. Like, don't expect people to not talk about your shit if you're airing it out there. And that's why, to me, it's a mistake. If you've got issues with someone and you have that conversation and you have the channels where you can get at them behind closed doors, that it's preferable than to put the business out there. Because look at fucking Skittles and his cousins and his family. Like, their family just, they're out there now. All of that is out there. All of that is out there. And if there was ever a time in which they try to clean it up, in which they try to have that bond together, that is always going to it's going to resurface. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Let's see. More papas. What's up, Jay Slaughter? Yeah. How can you eat your pudding if you haven't had your papas yet? That's right. That's right. Let's see. Yeah, man. I hope the puppy ends up in a good home. I really do hope fucking Rata steps up to the plate, but I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. You know? So anytime you put yourself out there, like, I know I put myself out there for people to clip my shit, for people to make AI images of me disrespecting me, whatever. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I know that. But I don't air out my dirty laundry. I don't air out my personal problems. I'm not gonna let people even get close to knowing shit about me. That's why when I tell you guys about, me respecting people, I just give you respect and not telling you you got to earn my respect, because I don't want people to know me that close unless I let you in. Like if I let you in, it's because I've already kind of analyzed you. I've already kind of, you know. But if you're someone that's constantly airing out your shit, I don't trust you. Like, I don't care what your intentions are. If you can't keep a tight lip around certain shit, I'm not gonna be able to fucking trust you with my personal shit. And if I can't trust you with my personal shit, then you're not inner circle type person. And that's why there shouldn't be too many people in your inner circle. Okay, that should be like a big filter. If you know someone that wants to be all buddy, wants to be cool with you, but they're always complaining about somebody, it could be their boss, it could be their coworker, it could be someone at home. If they're always complaining about someone publicly, pay attention, because you could be the one they're complaining about in some other conversation elsewhere, where your ears will not be able to pick it up. Straight up. That's how it works. That's why when people air their shit out, when people do all of this trolling shit publicly, when they make up lies and they post it up, when they do all of that, I don't trust them. I would never be able to have an honest, conscious conversation with them, because I know what they're capable of. That's the fucked up part about it. Hey, what's up, girls? What up, though? I'm different. Okay. You know that I'm different can be taken in so many different creative and just downright evil ways, bro. I'll just leave it at that. Let's see. The puppy's named Papa. Is it? Is it? That'd be crazy. Dog's name is Mama. I put that on my mama. Then he'll be talking about the dog. Let's see. Let's see. Pobre Chucho va a comer puro Budweiser. Puro Budweiser and fucking like scraps of fucking chips and shit. And ramen. Like fucking the ramen that gets stuck on the bowl, that's what the dog's gonna eat. You know what I mean? Let's see. Exactly, Frank. Excellent video. Yeah, thank you, man. I try to put my thoughts out there, but I know that there are a lot of people that think the same thing. He's gonna feed the dog cans of menudo. That's Joker's favorite. And papas. Yeah, he's gonna make it chorizo spaghetti. You know. Yeah, he's gonna make it spreads, bro. Fucking pobrecito. Those paws are vicious. Poor dog will be fed stale Pop Tarts and Cheetos. Man, that'll be crazy, bro. Let's see. Peaceful Sasquatch. Yeah, saludos. Shanks. Yeah, so let me get through all of these. I'm just going to put them up. I'm not going to read them all, guys. But you guys can see. I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't play prison politics with the poor puppy. He's gonna be in the shoe all the time. Pobre perrito's gonna be in the shoe. He's gonna chew up a shoe, and he'll put him in the shoe for chewing up a shoe. That's what's gonna happen. I don't think anyone has focused a video when Joker talked about his DUI. He blamed the driver for swerving his car, then blamed the cop for. Yeah. Well, yeah. I'll probably eventually watch it, bro, and talk about it. But I mean, there's so much material. Like, there's so much shit that he does daily, bro. And then going back is just like, going back. It's just going back to, if you have an off day and you just need material, you can always go back. There's always something out there. That perro is in the shoe for eating the wires and ruining the 3 a.m. live. Hey, that'd be crazy, Ghost. Right? That'd be crazy. What's up, though? Yeah, so if Skittles and Joker had been the type that you can approach and give them constructive criticism, and they were capable of having honest one-on-one conversations with people, I think they would be better people by now. I honestly do. I think that there have been a lot of well-intentioned individuals, people, content creators, pastors, POs, fucking army lieutenants. I don't know who these people rub shoulders with. I don't know who they rub elbows with. I don't know. But I'm sure that they've had a lot of people in their ear trying to give them good advice. And instead of taking it as positive feedback or, constructive criticism, they took it as hate. They blocked them and they went on live and crashed out and talked shit, you know? So that's why I have a problem with people having to air out their differences instead of being able to talk about it, like we saw with fucking, in my last two lives, pretty much, you know. Let's see. That was my lucky shower shoe. Yeah, man. Let's look at it. Look. You guys are like, man. What's the definition of exposed writing rat to? What's the definition? What? Do you think about what you're gonna write before you unleash it to the world, bro? I seriously, like, reread that shit. Like, reread that motherfucker. Like, what are you talking about? Fucking idiots. Anyways, Frank, how much of a role has the whole ET movement plus chemos and others had on their downfall? YouTube, I would say it's had a very big, but you know what I think hit them worse was TikTok. Was like Runner's Pug, Local Bird, and everybody that went in on TikTok because they spread the message and people actually went and looked at the video. So I think I think everyone's played a part, but I think being able to have those lives that they did late at night crashing out and not being not and for them not being able to delete the copy that ET had is what was what really made a difference. Because when those lives got deleted, you only knew about it, you heard about it, but it was like a rumor that these fools were crashing out. Now that we have the proof, look at how they move online. They're they haven't crashed out in a while. And I think this morning was a possible crash out, but that fool wasn't able to hook up the sound. If he had been able to hook up the sound, I believe that this morning, that video that I did today, I did a video after the short. That video of his 4 minute live, because it was only 4 minutes, that was a crash out in the making, but it didn't go through because he had technical problems. Straight up. Those two dummies have been laying low lately. They're letting the flames die. Yeah, we're not going to let it happen. We're not. That's why I'm out here. That's why we're out here. That's why we're putting out videos. Like, we're not going to let them get away with shit. They're not going to hide. Fuck that. It's bizarre how these twinks are part of a rat movement run by rats, hosting rats, ratting their entire life, and they want to project it on us. Yeah, man. And they're the ones that air out a lot of shit online just because they can't have fucking conversations. Like, they cannot speak like regular people. So. But to each his own. I mean, I just think that it all comes back at some point, and then if it comes back, just don't be surprised at how hard it comes back. Like, you cannot control how karma is going to slap you upside the head. You can't control the force in which it's going to come back. You can't. How many weeks till he creates a GoFundMe? He's gonna look. What we're gonna start hearing on TikTok is how expensive food is and how expensive the vet is. Just remember that. Just remember that. Frank, what do you think is really going through their head right now? Let's be real. I think they're thinking probably about how old they are, man, and if they can go back to getting 9 to 5s. I'm working, so I have no problem if I make money, if I don't make money with YouTube, if I have a good month, if I have a bad month, we'll see. Like, I haven't even had a complete month of being monetized, so we'll see what that looks like, and I'll let you guys know. But this is not my primary thing. So, I know I'm getting paid when I get paid. Like, I'm paying, I know I'm getting a check, and I know I'm going to pay my bills. I'm going to go to the supermarket. I'm going to, give my kids money. I'm going to be able to go out and do whatever I do because I work. So I'm not focused on that. But these fools righteously gave up everything to become YouTubers and to be on TikTok. And they thought TikTok was going to be their money maker, and Exposed to ruined it for them. I think Exposed to was the main factor behind TikTok failing for them. And I can say that, out loud to whoever. No one went into TikTok the way Exposed to went into TikTok. And then they were being broadcast at the same time. So you could hear these fools saying, "Oh, those are my haters. Oh, they always shoot for the opposition. They harass women and children." Like, you hear all of that. All of that was produced by Exposed Tube's influence within TikTok. What's the puppy gonna think when he sees the 3 a.m. crash out for the first time? He saw it this morning, bro. So I wonder. Puppies need to sleep, and puppies, if the owner is awake, the puppy will be awake, because the puppies will always gravitate towards the human, and if the human is awake, the dog will try to be awake, especially at night. During the day, they'll go crash somewhere, and they don't give a fuck if you're awake or not. But if at night you're awake, your dog will wake up and they'll want to be next to you. And that's what I think is going to start happening. I wouldn't put it past them, Ghost. Yeah, me neither. This is very true. They test the waters. Yeah, they've been testing the waters. Let's see. Via looked depressed. Yeah, he did, man. I think that he was already like, fuck, what did I do, man? Why did I accept this dog? Because it's easy to want a dog, but once you have a dog, especially a female dog, they're hard to take care of, especially on their days, because they only menstruate twice a year. But during that time, like, you got to be on top of them, because if they're not on a diaper, if they're not like covered up, you got to be cleaning up after them constantly. Like, I always have a mop and disinfectant ready. Now we don't have carpeted floors, so it makes it easier. We have tile floors, so we can easily wipe up and mop up anything. But when you have a female dog, unless you sterilize them, like, what do you call it, you neuter them, they're gonna bleed. Soon as one of their goons give them word, we're watching them. Yeah. They also test the integrity of each other's ass. I'm not gonna read that one, Slaughter, but that was funny. Do you think they can survive off YouTube like this? They did for a long time, but not anymore. I don't think they're surviving. I think they need TikTok. They need TikTok. They need those boxes. I haven't seen them on, but maybe we haven't caught them. I don't know. I've been sleeping lately, so I haven't had any any episodes of insomnia lately. So I don't know. Let's see. Gonna happen. They continue to do the same shit over. Yeah, they always do the same shit over and over, over and over. The same scams. They just dress them up differently. They're not going to be able to survive like they did before. Yeah, they're canceling cable, selling hats, pawning sling. Hell yeah. Let's see. I hate how I keep finding out new info when supposedly time would let this pass. Look, if you're connected, Moni, online, and you're watching shit, you're gonna see it all play out. Like, there's no way you're not gonna see it play out, because the algorithm will show you. you know. And then if you come on our channels, you're gonna see it. Obviously, Joker, female dog. Yeah. Let's see. I guess I should just delete my whole TikTok if I'm being recorded on all angles for nothing. Well, I'm not. Well, at least me, I'm not recording you. But if you're like with them fools on them boxes, they're getting recorded. You know, if you're jumping on with them, then you don't then expect to be recorded. You should know that. Joker views are disgraceful, brother. Yeah, I love it, man. I love it, and we all did our part. We all did our part. We've all done our part. You know, double tap, aka got you got spare. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Let's see, Moni. ¿Qué dices tú? All I wanted was to be friends, and I get switched up on over fucking boxes. Apparently, there's a new nerd. Is there? Well, you already know what's up, Moni. I mean, look, you know how some people feel about you. You know how I feel about you. I think you're young. Just like I've been young. I haven't been the best father. I had to learn, but I've been open to constructive criticism. And when I fucked up and people have told me, hey, you're fucking up, I look at it, and if they're right, I'll be like, yeah, you know what, you're right, I am fucking up, and I'll do whatever I got to do. Now if I know deep in my heart that I'm not going to accept it. Like, you don't got to accept what anybody says. You really don't, especially from strangers, you know what I mean? But we righteously are concerned about making sure people do the right thing. That's all it is, you know? So it's fucked up when they create narratives. Trust me, Moni, they've created narratives about me. It's like crazy. You would not believe it. Via's gonna start selling his. Let's see. I'm not even watching anyone, and we're look now. But see, then you have to decide, Moni, if you're gonna let it get to you or not. Because trust me, I get tagged on a bunch of shit that I don't even give a fuck about, and I just don't watch it. I ignore it because I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna pay attention to shit I don't want to pay attention to. You know. Let's see. Not even through any of your guys. Yeah. Okay. Well, you see, it's because people look. There's gonna be dudes that watch us as well, and so they create narratives, and then they go and, yeah, it's a cold world. It's a cold world, Moni. Moni, much better for your brand to separate from these maggots. Yeah. Yeah. From backstabber sooner than later. Yeah. Let's see what Moni became the enemiga. Yeah, that was crazy, huh? They just created a. You're lucky you didn't ask to borrow money or something. Yeah, they'll ask you for money. Only a fool would give them anything. Look how they do your homegirls. Look how they do your ex homegirls, Moni. Those fools are fucking. They're coming up. They're coming up. Them fools are scandalous. But like, I understand it. Like, when I was on the street, and I was doing that, and I hadn't changed my life around, I used to get over on girls sometimes as well. Like, I understand it. But we're supposed to be different people. See, we're supposed to be different. Like, these fools say, well, I'm not out there on the street hurting anyone, am I? You guys should be glad I'm only drinking at home. Motherfucker, you're scamming people from home. So that's why we put you on blast. Because I would have wanted to have this conversation with you. And had you been open to the conversations many people try to have with you, you would not be at this level. You would not be losing your channels. Let's not make your live about Moni. She's just another one of them saying, my live's about what I want to make it out to be, bro. Via said he only eats once a day. He can't afford. Yeah, man. Like that. That's the problem, bro. Is that I see the puppy suffering, and I hope it doesn't. It doesn't. I really hope it doesn't. Let's see, shred phrase and dolphin teeth. Yeah, well, yeah, but we're talking about the overall behavior, bro. That's all we're saying, and the fact that these fools are scamming people, and he's gonna need to scam harder to feed his dog. That's what we're talking about here. Like, he's not gonna be able to feed his dog. He needs to fucking scam these people. Yeah, that's right, Mister Oxnard. That's right. I think they did get her to put her money to contribute. Yeah, they do that. Isn't that like? Don't they talk about like having like a syndicate or some bullshit, like some kind of group that they share all their shit? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. As a matter of fact, they probably can't stand one another. Yeah. Yeah. I believe it. I believe that. Let's see. It's not a matter of it's. Yeah. It's when. When is it gonna happen? They don't want beef with Shrek. Yeah. So okay. So check this out, guys. So listen up. So I'm gonna start. I'm about to conclude this. So I will always be a firm advocate and believer in having in confronting people and having those conversations behind closed doors. If you don't have the capacity, if you're not able to do that shit, then that just tells me that you're an immature ass individual. Straight up. Adults should be able to have conversations, even with people, especially with people that they have issues with, sometimes to clear the air. And that does not necessarily mean that you and I are going to be friends. It just means that, okay, that was a misunderstanding. That's it. I don't like you, you don't like me. Okay, if that's the case, just don't talk about me. I won't talk about you. And that's it. But that could be handled behind closed doors. Now, for you to constantly do like shit and put shit out there or call me out on a live and challenge me on a live, you're going to get that reaction from me. But in the back of my mind, I will be like, how come you just fucking couldn't get at me on the Discord, motherfucker? You could have got at me somehow. Jay Slaughter, yeah, they tricked her out of a donation to strengthen the group, but at least she got out before Leonard convinced her she should put up on a new boat because it's for all of us. It's the communal boat. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Like, but that's why we put these fools on blast, because these fools were not man enough to handle the pressure of having conversations with people, because they knew that they were not going to change. They know that their whole thing is the hustle. They are on YouTube, they are on TikTok, hustling motherfuckers. That's their whole get down. That is what it is. Okay. So when people get at me for putting out content that I put out and not addressing the elephant in the room, all I can say is fuck you, then you must be an advocate for all of the loser shit that fucking Joker and Skittles do. Because if you are criticizing me for putting them on blast, that's the only way I can see it. Like, you may not like what I do, but then just fucking keep it to yourself. If you have to come at and get at me publicly, that just goes to show that you've got issues. You've got issues. And you're not mature enough to handle a conversation. And if I tried talking to you, but instead of, having a conversation, you became even more hostile, once again, that just shows to me that you're immature. You're immature. Like, people should be able to have conversations. I'm gonna give you guys an example. Like, my mom, she had she, how can I say this? So my mom was, she was divorced. She ended up meeting my dad. My dad ended up getting married, obviously. Then they had us, but my mom had a separate life at some point in her life. She got married. She did it all the ways that she had to, because back in those days you couldn't get married unless you had like approval of the church, and like you had like to do this whole like social shit just to get married back in the day. It was crazy. Hey, what's up, man? What's up? I'm Candy Avila. Nice to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for your support. All of a sudden, Runner became captain and a fisherman. So my mom ended up, they ended up divorcing, like, with her, but she ended up leaving on good terms. She gets married, and then when her ex-husband and his wife started traveling to the States, they would stay at the pad. Like, they would stay at the house. They would stay with us. Like, my dad was like, whatever. Like, he would take them to the AA meetings because they were also in AA. So my dad would drive them around. They would go to casinos together. So I grew up knowing that it's possible to have open dialogue and to even have a sort of camaraderie with people that maybe have differences with. So I am a firm believer in that. But if you do not have the capacity of having conversations, of being able to clear up differences, and you decide to air everything out online, that shows me the level of maturity that you're at. Don't call yourself an adult. Don't call yourself a man or a woman if you're not able to air shit out or to talk about shit behind closed doors. If you have to go out there and air shit out publicly and lie, that's even worse. What's worse is the ones that put out lies. And there's a lot of you doing that shit. But if you have to do that, it just tells me that you're not the type of person I would probably have a conversation with anyway. Gilligan. Yeah. Did you hear Leonard threaten to quit YouTube for? Yeah. I'm gonna be off this soon anyway. Man, get off. You're not gonna get off. But you heard how we ended it so conveniently, right? But while I'm on here, I'm on here, bitch. He always does that shit. Runner is Gilligan. Gora. I'm not gonna read that one. Yeah, if you're capable of dialogue. Yeah, if you're capable of dialogue, if you're capable, if. But some people aren't. I guess. I guess. Gorlag would eat both of them if they. All right, man. Yeah, so Talking Papas Part 2 is officially over. I'm going to end the stream now. Thank you so much to everyone that came on. Thank you to Ms. Yaya who hopped on. Hey, Ms. Yaya, I'm going to add you as a special guest in the description. Thank you for jumping on and for talking with me. And yeah, and anytime I put the link, guys. If you ever want to jump on, you guys can. Obviously, I'm going to screen that shit. If it's people I know, I prefer it. If I don't know you and you start acting crazy, I'm gonna kick you out. Plain and simple. All right, let me see. Slaughter, what you put? Que pusiste, Slaughter? These fools are only capable of monologue. That's true. Roxanne from down south. Frank, you're spoiling us with the lives now. Keep them coming. We obviously, hey, thank you so much. I enjoy having you guys. 2 times. Where can I watch Joker's live from yesterday? Did he? I don't know if he deleted it. He should have it there, and if it's only like 4 minutes, and if he deleted it, then you can watch my video that I put out today. Even though I clipped it and I added shit to it, that is the complete live. It's just spliced. But he was only on for like 4 minutes, bro. Yeah, stay well, everyone. Stay well. Hey, shout out to you guys. Shout out to Jay Slaughter. Everybody that showed up on the live. Runner's Pug, the Hangman, everybody. Iron Man, Ghost, Roxanne from down south, 2 times. Park, everyone, Oakland, everything. Katie Frizzle, shout out to you, Mom, Mama, Iron, everybody, man. Just if I missed your name, Torta Pounder, thank you so much for stopping by. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get on a live at least, every day. If I can get on live every day for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, I'll do it. The point is having time, spending time with you guys, and if people want to jump on and have a conversation, we can do that too. All right, having said that, guys, until next time, like I always say,